Hi everyone, I'm Candy from Susan's family. Today I'm introducing a rose storage wall hanging. This product is divided into the main part, the hanging loop, the pocket, the decorative mesh, the lace trim, the leaves, and the roses, and assembly. Make it step by step. First, learn the main part. Start with a chain stitch. Work back and forth along the foundation chain. The stitch techniques used are chain and half double crochet. Now, let's show. Before crocheting, learn the proper posture for crocheting. For specific yarn, color scheme and hook size, please refer to the detail page of our product and paper instructions. Take the corresponding yarn. First, tie a slip knot. Hold the yarn with left hand. Hold the hook with right hand. Insert the hook into the knotted loop. Adjust the loop size. Then begin to crochet chain stitches. Don't make the chains too tight, slightly loose. Convenient for inserting into the first row later. I'm using fewer starting chains here, just demonstrating the method. Once the starting chains are complete, move on to the first row, make 2 chains as beginning chain. Counts as 1/2 double crochet, corresponds to the third last chain from the end. Then start from the fourth last chain. Pick up 1 strand on the top of the chain, and work half double crochets in each stitch across. All the way down this row. So the first row is complete. We'll consider the side facing us as the right side of the piece, meaning the side where the yarn tail is on the left-hand side. The other side is the wrong side. Now move on to the second row, make 2 chains as beginning chain. Counts as 1/2 double crochet, turn the work. These 2 chains correspond to the last half double crochet stitch of the previous row. Work half double crochets in each stitch starting from the left side, mindful that since the piece is turned, the stitches correspond to the upper left corner position. The last half double crochet is worked into the turning chain of the previous row, picking up both strands of the second chain. So the second row is complete. Continue with row 3. Make 2 chains as beginning chain. The crocheting method for this row is similar to row 2. Turn the work. These 2 chains count as 1/2 double crochet stitch, corresponding to the last half double crochet stitch of the previous row. Starting from the second to last stitch of the previous row, pick up the left side of each stitch and work half double crochets. The last half double crochet is worked into the turning chain of the previous row, picking up both strands of the second chain. So row 3 is complete. For the following rows, follow the demonstration of row 2 and row 3. Refer to the pattern and crochet all the way down to the third to last row. Here I want to remind everyone, you can crochet 2 more rows. After the fabric piece stabilizes, measure the dimensions of your swatch. Once the third to last row is completed, now let's crochet the second to last row. My sample has fewer rows here, so I'll just demonstrate the method. Make a beginning chain of 2 chains, turn the work, crochet 2 half double crochets according to the chart. Then chain 2 as a bridge. Skip the next 2 stitches below. Starting from the next stitch, crochet the corresponding number of half double crochets. Continue all the way down to the 6th to last stitch. Once completed, chain 2 as a bridge. Leave 2 stitches unworked below. On the left side, crochet 3 half double crochets in sequence. This completes the second to last row. Now let's crochet the final row. Make 2 beginning chains. Turn the work. First crochet 1 half double crochet in each of the first 2 stitches on the left side. In the left chain space, pick up the chain and crochet 2 half double crochets. Then work half double crochets 1 stitch to another down the row. Continue all the way to the stitch before the next chain space. Now you've reached this position. Crochet 2 half double crochets in the left side space. Finally crochet 3 half double crochets in sequence. This completes the last row. Finish with a chain to secure. Leave a 10 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Thread the reserved yarn tail into a darning needle. Weave it in along the fabric's texture to hide it. Now the yarn end is neatly hidden. Next, turn the piece to the right side, so that the front side of the first row is facing you. Refer to the pattern chart. Count the corresponding stitches from right to left. Insert the hook into the stitch. Take the yarn. Tie a slip knot. Insert the hook into the knotted loop. Draw the yarn through. Adjust the loop size. Joining the yarn is complete. Crochet a chain. Make about 9 chains here. Skip 1 stitch on the left side. Work a slip stitch in the next stitch. Do not tighten. Then take the corresponding button. My button here is for reference only. Pass through the chain space once. If it's too loose or too tight, adjust the number of chains accordingly. Finally cut the yarn and weave in the ends. That's all for the main parts crocheting method. Once the main part is completed, next we'll learn how to make the loops and pockets. First, let's talk about the loop. Join the yarn on the starting chain side of the main part, work back and forth. A total of 2 loops. After completing the loop, we'll move on to the pocket. Please watch the demonstration. Take out the main part. Position the starting point upward, with the right side of row 1 facing you. First, crochet the loop on the right side. Insert the hook into the half double crochet insertion point at the right edge. Join the yarn. Make 2 chains as beginning chain, corresponding to the joining position. Starting from the left side, pick up the other 2 strands of the chain. Work half double crochets in each stitch, that is, pick the insertion point of the first row. Place the joining yarn and the beginning tail of the yarn above the hook. Crochet and wrap them in as you go. Once the corresponding number of half double crochets is complete, leave the remaining stitches unworked. This completes the first row. Now work the second row downward. Make 2 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work, following the left side of the pattern chart, work 2 half double crochets in sequence. 2 chains. Skip 2 stitches. Work 2 half double crochets. This completes the second row. Pull tight to secure the wrapped yarn. Don't let the yarn tail shrink into the fabric. For the following rows, follow the main part's crocheting method. Just follow the loop chart to crochet. Once completed, do not cut the yarn yet. Fold in half. Pinch the starting and ending positions. Place the stick into this hole. Check if it can pass through. If not, adjust your tension. Re-crochet, or increase the number of rows. Once it fits properly, finish with 1 chain to secure. Leave a 30 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Thread the reserved yarn into the yarn needle. Note that the needle must be able to pass through the button. I'll demonstrate using a swatch. Weave the yarn from the edge to the middle of the last row. Take 1 button. Sew it onto the wrong side of the last row. Pay attention, the indented side of the button is the right side. Attach it to the tapestry, with the right side facing out. Sew in a cross pattern. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends. Into the chain space of the hanging loop. So one side of the loop is complete. Now crochet the second loop. Find the first row of the first loop. The last stitch. Count the corresponding number of stitches to the left. Join yarn here. Then follow the same crocheting method as the first loop. Crochet the second loop. Pay attention, the last half double crochet of the first row is worked into the chain that corresponds to the starting chain of the main part. After completing the final row, compare it with the right side loop. They should be roughly the same length. If not, adjust the number of rows or your tension and recrochet. So much for the crocheting method of the loops. Once the loops are complete, next comes the pocket. There are 3 sizes of pocket bags. The crocheting method is similar to the main part, only the number of chains differs. Just follow the first 3 rows of the main part's crochet method, and work according to the pocket chart. Once completed, set it aside for now. Next we'll learn the decorative mesh. Start with a chain stitch. Work back and forth in rows. The stitch used is treble crochet. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn. First make a foundation chain. Once the casting on is done, work row 1. Start with 4 beginning chains. Counts as 1 treble crochet. Then make 4 transition chains. Then work 1 treble crochet in the 13th chain from the end. Yarn over the hook twice. Insert into the corresponding chain. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over again, and draw through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat 3 times. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. This completes 1 treble crochet. Continue with 4 transition chains. Skip 4 chains below. Work 1 treble crochet into the 5th chain. Yarn over the hook twice. Insert into the corresponding chain. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over again, and draw through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat 3 times. This completes another treble crochet. Continue with 4 transition chains. Work 1 treble crochet into the last chain, which is the 5th chain on the left side. So the first row is complete. Work the second row downward. Make 4 beginning chains. Counts as 1 treble crochet stitch. Turn the work, then work 4 chain transition. Work 1 treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch on the left side. Four chain transition. Work 1 treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. Continue with 4 chain transition. Then pick up the 2 strands of the 4th chain, in the turning chain from the previous row. Work 1 treble crochet. So the second row is complete. Next, take out the main part. Place it vertically. Put together to fit well. This part roughly covers about 6 rows of the main part. Then follow the demonstration of the second row, refer to the pattern and finish the last row. Pay attention not to go beyond the edges on both sides of the main part. Leave about 3 stitches as a margin. Once the last row is complete, leave a yarn tail of about 1 meter and cut the yarn. Set it aside for now, this way the decorative mesh is completed. Next, learn the lace trim. Divide it into lace trim 1, lace trim 2 and lace trim 3. The crocheting method of lace trim 1 and lace trim 2 is similar. Both start with an adjustable magic ring. Work back and forth in rows. Lace trim 3 is similar to the main part in crocheting method. Both begin with a chain stitch. Work back and forth in rows. I'll first demonstrate the crocheting method of lace trim 1. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Once casting on is complete, then work row 1. Make 3 chains to start. Counts as 1 double crochet, then chain 1 as a bridge. Then work 1 double crochet and 1 chain into the magic ring. Repeat 3 more times, 1 double crochet and 1 chain. After that, work 1 double crochet. This completes row 1. Simply pull tight the starting tail. Tighten the center of the piece. Continue to crochet row 2. Make 3 chains to start. Counts as 1 double crochet. Turn the work. These 3 chains correspond to the last double crochet stitch from the previous row. Then chain 1 as a bridge. Leave the left side space unworked. Work 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch on the left side. 1 chain. Work another double crochet into the same stitch, same insertion point. Continue with 1 chain as a bridge. Work 1 double crochet and 1 chain into the next double crochet stitch. Repeat 3 times. This part is done. After completing, repeat 3 times in the next stitch. Then repeat 2 times in the left side double crochet stitch. Finally, pick up the 2 strands of the third chain from the turning chain of the previous row. Work 1 double crochet. So row 2 is completed. For the next 2 rows, no new stitch technique is used. After completing each row, work 3 chains as beginning chain. Then turn the work to crochet the next row. I've already crocheted this part ahead. Now let's work on the 5th round. Make 3 chains to start. Turn the work. Work 2 double crochets into the left side stitch one by one. Three chains as a bridge. Single crochet in the left side chain space. 3 chains. Skip 1 double crochet on the left side. Starting from the next stitch, work 5 double crochets one by one. After completing, work 3 chains. Single crochet in the left side chain space. 3 chains. Then follow the previous demonstration. Refer to the pattern chart to finish this row. So the 5th round is done. Now start the 6th row. Work 1 chain as the turning chain for single crochet. The turning chain does not count as a stitch. Turn the work, single crochet in the last stitch from the previous row. Chain 1 as a bridge. Skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. 4 chains as a bridge. Leave the left side chain and single crochet unworked, single crochet in the next double crochet stitch. Chain 4. Skip 3 stitches. Work 1 single crochet. From here on, follow the pattern chart to finish this row. This completes the 6th row. For the following rows, just crocheting according to the chart. When you meet a stitch, pick up the stitch and crochet into it. When you meet a hole, crochet into the chain space. Pay attention to the last row. These single crochets in the middle are worked into the gaps between the double crochets from the previous row. Finally, leave a 60 cm yarn tail and fasten off the yarn. That's all for the crochet method of lace trim 1. For lace trim 2, follow the same crocheting method as lace trim 1. Just refer to the pattern chart of lace trim 2 and crochet accordingly. Lace trim 3 doesn't use any new stitch techniques. Just follow the starting method and crocheting method of the main part. Refer to the pattern chart of lace trim 3 and crochet accordingly. When you meet a stitch, pick up the stitch and crochet into it. When you meet a hole, work into the chain space. When you meet a gap between stitches, pick up the gap and crochet into it. That's all for the crocheting method of the lace trim. Set it aside for now. Next, let's learn how to make the leaves, which are divided into large leaves and stems. The stems come in 3 different lengths. I'll start with the large leaves. Start with a foundation chain. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch technique used is single crochet increase. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn. First make a foundation chain. Once the casting on is complete, work round 1. Work 1 chain as the turning chain for single crochet. The turning chain does not count as a stitch. Then work from the second stitch from your hook. Pick up 1 strand on the top of the chain, and crochet 1 single crochet in each. 1/2 double crochet. 5 double crochets. One-half double crochet. In the last chain stitch, crochet 3 single crochets. Rotate the piece as you crochet. Once completed, go to the other side of the chain. Pick up the other 2 strands of the chain. Crochet into the stitch positions on this side. Work 1/2 double crochet. Pay attention not to insert into the same position as the previous 3 single crochets. Continue with 5 double crochets in each stitch. Place the starting tail over your hook. Weave in as you go. One-half double crochet. In the next stitch, work 2 single crochets in the same spot. Finally, insert the hook into the first single crochet stitch, and join with a slip stitch. The slip stitch does not count as a stitch. Gently tighten. This completes round 1. Continue to crochet round 2. Make 1 beginning chain. Work a single crochet increase into the insertion point of the slip stitch from the previous round. A single crochet increase means 2 single crochets in the same position. 1, 2. Single crochet increase completed. Work 7 half double crochets in each stitch on the left side. One single crochet increase. 1 single crochet in the next stitch. 2 chain as a transition. 1 single crochet in the same position. After completing, then work 1 single crochet increase. 7 half double crochets. Two single crochet increases. Finally join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. Leave a 20 cm tail and cut the yarn. Trim off the excess yarn tail from the starting chain. The second round is complete. This completes the crocheting technique of large leaves. Follow the pattern chart to crochet the remaining quantity of large leaves, then set them aside for later use. Now we'll crochet the stems. There are 3 different lengths of stems. I'll demonstrate the crocheting method for stem 1. The other stems are similar to stem 1 in crocheting method, only differ in length. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn. Start by chaining 7 stitches. After completing the starting chain, crochet 1 chain to begin. Then starting from the second chain from the hook, pick up the back loop of each chain, and work 1 single crochet in each. First, let's take a look at the chain stitch. The front side of the chain has a V-shaped texture. The strand on the back is called the back loop. That's the one we pick up for crocheting. Continue with 3 half double crochets in the next 3 stitches. One slip stitch. Note, the oval symbol means do not tighten the slip stitch. Leave the remaining stitches unworked, so 1 small leaf is completed. Continue by chaining 8. After completing, crochet 1 chain to begin. Then starting from the second chain from the hook, pick up the back loop of each chain, and work 1 single crochet in each. Three half double crochets. One slip stitch. So another small leaf is completed. From now on, follow this demonstration, refer to the chart, and crochet a total of 8 small leaves. Then crochet chains. The number of chains is not fixed. Chain until reaching the desired length. Once the corresponding length is reached, cut the yarn. So the crocheting method for stem 1 is finished. Everyone follow this method. Crochet stem 2 and stem 3 as well. First, crochet the rose flowers, including 2 sizes, large and small, and the washer piece. All rose flowers are started with a foundation chain. Work back and forth along the starting chain. The new stitch techniques used include ch1 picket, chain 1 picket. Now watch my demonstration. Foundation chain. Then crochet the corresponding number of chain stitches. Here, there are quite a few chain stitches. You can place a marker every 30 stitches. For example, I've just crocheted 30 stitches. Cut a piece of contrasting yarn. Insert it into the 30th chain stitch. Pull the yarn tail through. Make a knot to secure it. If you have stitch markers at home, you can use them as markers. This marks 30 stitches. Later, you can also mark the 60th and 90th stitches. It's convenient for counting stitches. Everyone finish crocheting the remaining chain stitches. This completes the starting chain. You can now check your stitch count. After checking, you can cut off the marker yarn tails. Then move on to the first row. Make one chain as a beginning chain. The turning chain of single crochet does not count as a stitch. Then work a single crochet in the last stitch of the starting chain. That is, the second to last chain here. Pick up the back loop above. Work a single crochet. Then pick up the back loop of the adjacent chain above. Work a single crochet. Continue working single crochets in the back loops of the remaining chains. Keep going until you complete this row. This completes the first row. Now start the second row. Chain 3 as a beginning chain. Turn the work. Chain 3 as a transition. Then work a double crochet in the last stitch of the previous row. 1 DC. Skip 1 stitch below. Work 2 double crochets in the second stitch to the left. Chain 3 as a bridge between the double crochets. After completing, skip 1 stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the second stitch to the left. Between the double crochets, chain 3 as a bridge. We treat the 2 double crochets on each stitch, and the 3 chains in the middle, as a group. This row is to repeat crocheting this group. Skip 1 stitch between each group. Continue crocheting this row all the way down. That completes the second row. Now continue to the third row, chain 2 as beginning chain. Turn the work. Then work 4 double crochets into the chain space below. With a chain as a transition between each double crochet. We'll treat these 4 double crochets here, together with the chains in between, as pattern A. Then work a single crochet into the left side space. Next work a pattern A into the adjacent space. Single crochet into the left side space. Repeat this pattern a total of 7 times. We've already completed 2. Continue to finish the remaining 5 pattern A's. Remember to work a single crochet between each pattern A. Look here, this is what it looks like after completing 7 pattern A's. Then work 1 more single crochet afterwards. Move on to pattern B, which means working 5 double crochets into the left side space, with a chain as an interval between each double crochet. One pattern B is complete. Downward. Everyone continue to finish the remaining amount of pattern B and pattern C. Work a single crochet as an interval between each pattern. Once both pattern B and pattern C are completed, work 1 single crochet, then move on to pattern D. First work 3 double crochets into the left side space. Don't forget to chain in the middle. After the third double crochet is complete, make a chain, then work 1 more double crochet, followed by a CH1 picket. First make a chain. Then pick up the strand of the double crochet stitch closest to you, and the strand on the left side. Work a slip stitch. The CH1 picket is complete. From now on we'll call it picket for short. Then work a chain, and finish the remaining 3 double crochets. Don't forget to work a chain. This completes 1 pattern D. Work a single crochet in the left side space. Let me demonstrate pattern D again. First work 4 double crochets. Don't forget to work a chain. After completing the 4th double crochet, first work a picket stitch, work a chain. Then pick up both strands here. Make a slip stitch. Another picket complete. Work 1 more chain. Continue crocheting the remaining stitches. The second pattern D is done. Work a single crochet in the left side hole. Everyone continue to finish the remaining 8 pattern Ds. After completing the last pattern D, work 2 chains. Then, on the turning chain here, join with a slip stitch. So the third row is also complete. Secure with a chain stitch. Leave about 30 centimeters of yarn tail. Cut the yarn. Weave in the beginning tail of the yarn into the fabric following the texture. Make sure to hide several stitches, then trim off the excess tail. Repeat this process. Finish crocheting the remaining quantity of small roses. The crochet method for the large rows is identical to that of the small rows, only the number of stitches differs. Follow the pattern chart accordingly. So much for the rose crochet technique. Now continue to crochet the washer piece. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn. Begin with an adjustable magic ring. Once the starting loop is complete, move on to round 1. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Counts as 1 double crochet. Refer to the pattern. Work the corresponding number of double crochets into the magic ring loop. My stitch count here is for demonstration only, and not for reference. Done. Pull tight the starting tail of the yarn. Tighten the center of the piece. Then insert your hook into the top of the beginning chain, picking up both strands of the third chain. Join with a slip stitch. As you crochet, gently catch the starting yarn tail along the way. This completes the first round. Now move on to round 2. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Counts as 1 double crochet, then work 1 double crochet into the insertion point of the slip stitch from the previous round. Work 2 double crochets into the left stitch. Work 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Continue by working 2 double crochets into each stitch around. Finally, pick up the top of the beginning chain, and join with a slip stitch. The second round is complete. Continue to crochet round 3. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Corresponds to the beginning chain below. Work 2 double crochets into the left stitch. Work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Work 2 double crochets into the left stitch. Everyone follow the pattern. 1 double crochet in 1 stitch. 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. Refer to the chart and complete this round. Finish with a slip stitch join. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. That's all for the crochet method of the pad. Next, take 1 small rose flower. Insert the needle into the reserved yarn tail. Choose the side you like facing up. Start from the smallest petal. Roll it inward. Pinch the base tightly. After rolling all petals, use the needle to sew the base securely. Make several stitches to hide the tail well. Finally tie off and weave in the ends. Then take the leaves. I'll demonstrate with a swatch here. Match the finished product and sew it in the corresponding position. Then take the other large leaf and stem to fit well. Once satisfied, begin sewing. After sewing on the two large leaves, sew the stem in the middle. Then thread the reserved yarn from the washer into the needle. Sew the washer to the bottom of the flower. Finally tie off and weave in the ends. Don't cut the yarn yet. Take the brooch. Position the brooch opening towards your preferred side. Pass through the hole on the brooch. Sew it onto the washer. This completes the assembly of one brooch. Set it aside for now. Next, proceed with the assembly. Use this swatch to demonstrate. I'm assembling from the top to the bottom of the tapestry here. First, take the hanging loop and attach it. And take the wooden rod. Adjust the hanging loop to the hole position above the wooden rod. Pay attention, the right side of the main part row 1 should be facing you once it fits properly. First, cut a piece of same color yarn about 60 centimeters long. Thread the needle. And weave in through the fabric piece of the hanging loop into the hole on the wooden rod. Mind the position, don't let it become angled. Keep it straight. So the tapestry hangs straight? Not tilted. Tie a knot to secure it at the bottom. The knot should be larger than the hole to prevent it from slipping off. Trim off the excess yarn tail. Next, because this yarn is too thick, it's not easy to thread the purl directly, cut a 4-ply cotton thread. Take out 2 strands from it. Fold it in half and insert into the sewing needle. Make sure the sewing needle can pass through the purl. Then place the hanging string at the folded end. Take one 12mm purl. Two 8mm purls. Push them down to the loop and place them side by side. Leave a 2 cm tail above for tying a knot. Then reserve 31 centimeters. Tie a knot to secure it. Thread on 2 8mm purls. One 12mm purl. Finally pass through the hanging loop fabric piece. Insert into the hole on the stick. Adjust the position of the knot. This way the top hanging string is made. Next, sew on the pocket. I'll demonstrate with a swatch here. The sample is for demonstration only and not to be taken as reference. Take out pocket 2. Place it on the left side of the main part, about 2 rows away from the hanging loop. On the left edge 3 stitches. Along the side edge. And evenly secure to the bottom edge with yarn. Leave the top edge loose. Once done, take out pocket 3 and place it on the right side. about 2 rows below the hanging loop. On the right edge 3/4 stitches. Secure the side and bottom edges using the same method. Leave the top edge loose. Then fix the decorative grid below pocket 3. Secure all 4 edges. Then take out pocket 1. Place it underneath the decorative grid, about 2 rows above the bottom edge of the main part. On both left and right sides 3 stitches. Also secure the side and bottom edges using the same method. Leave the top edge loose. Decorations can be placed according to personal preference. Next, use this swatch to demonstrate the sewing method. Position is not for reference. Once all are secured, thread the reserved yarn from the pocket into a yarn needle. Sew only this section in place. Leave the top part unsewn. This area is the opening for putting items in. Pick up a few threads from the surface of the main part. And sew them to the edge of the pocket fabric. Make the stitches tight, so that items inside the pocket won't fall out. That's it for the pocket sewing method. Repeat this process. Sew up the remaining pockets. Then thread the reserved yarn from the decorative mesh into a yarn needle. Secure the decorative mesh in place, and attach pearls onto it. At the same time, you can place the pearls according to the finished product image, or based on your own preference. Follow these marked lines for sewing. Sew up to this point. After that, continue using the same method, refer to the finished product image, and sew the mesh piece and pearls in place. This way the decorative mesh is securely attached. Next, let's move on to assembling pocket 2. First, cut a strand of same color yarn about 50 cm long. Here the color is random. Take one strand. Insert into a thin needle. Take a 10 cm wide lace trim. It's white. Pick up one end. Place it one row away from the opening position. Start sewing from the edge. Fold the lace edge inward slightly. About 1.5 centimeters here. Sew along the white marked line above for 3.5 centimeters. Pay attention when sewing. Do not attach the pocket to the main part. After sewing a certain distance, use your right hand thumb to hold and push the lace to the left to create a fold. There's no specific distance required here. Here I have about 1.5 centimeters. Then sew for a certain length. Then start pushing and folding. The distance between folds is up to your preference. When approaching the ending position, fold the edge inward slightly. Trim off the excess lace. This completes the sewing of the lace trim. Next, take the cotton yarn lace trim. Align the top roughly with the middle position of the first row. Secure the cotton yarn lace trim in the middle position. Do not fix the top and bottom edges. Start from the right side. Fold back 1.5 centimeters. Take one strand of the same color thread from the pocket and sew. After sewing it up, use your left thumb to hold and push the trim about 1.5 centimeters to the right. Or 2 centimeters is also fine. Secure with thread. Then repeat this process from now on. After sewing this section, remember to cut off any excess lace trim. Now the cotton yarn lace trim is finished. Next, take one large rose and one small rose. Roll them up and secure. Then sew them onto pocket 2, according to the finished product image. Use the same color thread as the flower for sewing. Once one flower is sewn on, if there's enough thread left, sew on the other flower as well. Then take 3 large leaves. Evenly place them around the large rows and secure. Everyone go ahead and sew the remaining 2 leaves in place. That's it for the leaf sewing method. Next, cut about 30 centimeters of same color thread from the trim. Position the thread between every 2 flowers. Secure the tail underneath the cotton yarn trim. Then take a 6 mm purl, and insert it into the thread. The number is clearly marked on the chart. Once done, below the right side cotton yarn trim, secure the yarn tail. This secures the purl chain in place. Assembly for pocket 2 is now complete. Next we'll move on to the assembly of pocket 3. First, attach the cotton yarn lace trim. about 7 rows away from the opening. Starting from the right side. Fold back 2 centimeters and secure. Also secure at the middle position. Do not secure the top and bottom edges. After sewing about 2 centimeters, hold the lace trim in place with your left hand. Fold the lace trim 1.5 centimeters to the right. Align this folded edge with the back edge here. Then fold back 1.5 centimeters and secure. From now on, repeat this process. Sew up the lace trim completely. When approaching the edge, fold back 1.5 centimeters. Cut off any excess lace trim. This way the lace trim is sewn on. Once completed, take the beige decorative flower. Sew it onto the top of the lace trim. This way the decorative flower is secured. Install the purl chain below following the placement of the previous purl chain. Pay attention that the cotton yarn lace trim slightly covers the securing spot of the purl chain. This completes the assembly on pocket 3. Next, let's move on to the assembly on pocket 1. The sewing method has been demonstrated before. I'll just explain the order and position here. First, follow the method used to secure the white lace trim on pocket 2. To attach the lace trim on pocket 1. Note: the edge should be roughly level with the opening position. Then take lace trim 3 and place it on the right. Lace trim 1 on the left. Overlapping the last 4 rows of lace trim 1. About 3 centimeters at the left edge here. Only secure the edge on one side of each lace trim. After sewing, take the lace trim, the kind with small flowers on it. Fold the left and right edges backward by 1.5 centimeters. Only sew down the flat side. Here note: you can take a cotton yarn lace trim about 2.6 cm wide. Place it on top to fit well, so that about 2 cm of the small flower lace trim shows underneath. Align the top edge of the cotton yarn lace trim with the opening position. Once the small flower lace trim is sewn on, sew this cotton yarn lace trim on top. As mentioned earlier, align the top edge with the opening position. Only sew the middle part. Do not sew the upper and lower edges. Then sew a decorative flower on the left side. Attach the brooch on the right side. When done, take a 10 cm wide lace trim. Secure it underneath the same lace trim. With a distance of approximately 9 centimeters. From the upper lace trim. Just create a slight height difference. Then secure 2 purl chains on top. The 2 purl chains cross each other like this. Position according to the finished product image, or as per your preference. That concludes the assembly for bag 1. Next, take lace trim 3 and a lace trim about 5.5 cm wide. Sew the lace trim onto the starting side of lace trim 3, leaving about 1.5 cm exposed at the top. With the right side of the last row of lace trim 3 facing you, fold both sides back by about 3 cm. After sewing, sew 1 button on each folded back section of the lace. And 1 button at the centered position. Finally button it onto the main part. Up to this point, the entire product has been fully explained. If you still have unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family. Susan's Family. Supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.